Today on Tone the Rubber, we got 3 things to talk about. This is Tone the Rubber with me, Devon Alsman.
And I'm Johnny Clumpy.
And we got 3 things to talk about today. Leading off, we got the Hall of Famers came out today for the Cooperstown. Or not today, but the Hall of Fame came out, and we're going to talk about it today. 3 players got inducted to that. Then we got a Dodgers talk. And then we'll finish off with a very extended talk about the Cubs, because I feel like with CubsCon happening, we talk about that, and then other things have happened. So, Johnny, you want to start off talking about the Hall of Famers a bit?
Well, all 3 deserved it. There was a couple guys that probably shouldn't have been left off, but they still have their time on the ballot. But I think the biggest point, because I think everybody thinks all 3 guys are deserving. I think as a baseball whole, obviously none of them were unanimous, which is the biggest actually takeaway from this whole thing.
We'll
Ichiro Suzuki
that.
was not a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. One guy didn't vote for him. He missed 1 vote.
Hey, why do you think that? I think it's just like either. I feel like it's kind of just.
I can't even think of it because like
It doesn't make
he had
sense.
3,000 hits even in America. Like obviously
Yeah.
once you add the Japan stats, he has 4,000. But I'm saying like it's not even like it's 2,000 and 2,000. He had over 3,000 hits in the U.S. He won MVP as a rookie. It's like
I don't. Is it just something like racial? Maybe like it's
don't know.
sad to say that, but at the same time, it's like, why not vote for this guy? He was so good.
For a
His
long
whole
time.
career.
too.
Was he even bad with the Marlins when he ended his career? I don't think so.
No, that's where I got the 3,000. So
Yeah. And it's not like he was a power hitter and then fell off. He was always just kind of a slap hitter kind of guy.
yeah,
who had
always a
pop.
contact hitter.
And I don't know. It's just crazy that Ichiro's because there's only one unanimous, right? And that was Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
I don't see how Ichiro isn't as well.
Yeah,
Like
10-time Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slugger, 10-time All-Star, MVP, Hall of Fame, and a 2-time batting title, and he was not inducted wasn't first, in a 6 career WAR. Yeah, I don't get it. Like everybody loves Ichiro Suzuki. He's one of the best defenders ever. I don't get it.
he was just really good. He was like an icon for the Mariners, especially when he played. He was just really good for baseball in general. He was a great player, and I don't get how he wasn't. But there's 2 more Hall of Famers. There was Billy Wagner. This was his 10th year on the ballot.
Really, I didn't know he'd been on for that long.
Yeah,
but he deserved it.
This was his last chance, and he had the saves.
Yeah.
So which worried me. If he didn't make it, that worries me about like Kimbrel.
Yeah, and these guys that are like the 3 like guys that are borderline Hall of Fame right now.
Kimbrel, Jansen, and
2. We
Like
talked about Edwin
Chapman.
Diaz, like
Edwin Diaz, but that's
outside
a while.
of, but like
Chapman I could see as well. I want to talk about that really quick. Just Kimbrel and Jansen I feel like are for sure in now
yeah, if they
that
don't get in,
Wagner's
now
in.
that Wagner's in, yeah.
Because they have more saves than Wagner, I believe. Or almost more saves. But I also think Kimbrel's done with baseball, sadly.
Did he? Oh, is he not signed anywhere?
He hasn't signed anywhere, and he just hasn't been good. So I feel like they're just going to be... I think baseball's done with Kimbrel.
Yeah, I mean,
Jansen, on the other hand, is for sure signing somewhere. He hasn't signed yet.
but he's good enough too.
He's been efficient enough to sign for sure, if he wants to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully he's a closer still, because I would love to see him keep racking up saves. And then you got the third guy,
CC Sabathia.
who was known for the Yankees and Brewers mostly, right? Did he play for anyone else?
Guardians, because he got traded.
Oh, yeah, Guardians.
In
My
that year,
computer
he
just won't load, so I can't.
In that
look
year, he won the
anything.
Cy Young.
So I'll use my phone. But yeah, CC was really good for the Yankees and Brewers. And then I don't know how efficient he was for the Guardians. I assume he was really good. CC was just a
He
great pitcher.
he was good his last 2 years there. He was he had 3 to 4 good years there. He had an All-Star appearance, but finished the year with a 4.12 ERA. So I'd assume that the first half was really good that year.
I mean, he's just a really good player.
Yeah,
And
the
he was
Yankee
also
years
first.
were really good.
He's
And
also first ballot Hall of Famer as well, which is awesome.
yeah.
He got here. I have the percentages right here. You have to have a 75 or higher to make the Hall. Ichiro 99.7, and then CC was 86.8 first ballot, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. And then Billy Wagner had 82.5.
Really?
So those are the three guys, and it's awesome that all three made it. And Billy Wagner as well. For the about month and a half I played MLB The Show, he was probably my favorite reliever card. Lefty, he was only like an 87 because of the way MLB The Show, because it started, and it was from the Phillies 5-team card, where it's the divisions.
Oh yeah.
So that was where he was from, and he was pretty nice. I had him like parallel 3. He was the highest parallel I had this year, and yeah, he's a very good guy in MLB and MLB The Show.
Yeah,
so.
in the 17 games he had with Milwaukee to close the year when he ended up winning the Cy Young, he was 11-2 in 17 games. And then
And this is Sabathia.
yeah, CC Sabathia. Sorry. And then he had a 1.65 ERA.
Yeah.
Just in 17 games. Like he won the NL Cy Young only playing there for that little time.
Yeah, I really think it's cool that he was this successful. All three of these guys, it's really cool that they're all this good. And then as well there's a fourth player who was at 70%. Do you know who that is?
Chase Utley.
Chase Utley was 39.8.
Really?
But it's like Billy Wagner. He climbed slowly and got there his 10th year. So it's like possible.
Yeah.
The guy with 70% this was his 3rd year, Carlos Beltran.
Oh yeah.
I don't know much about him. Like I've heard the name, but I don't know the most about this guy.
He was before I started watching, so
All
of
these guys were before I started watching. I know you probably saw.
I don't remember
Ichiro,
Carlos Beltran. I don't really remember
You don't?
like watching Ichiro because he was on
Marlins.
the Marlins and.
But yeah, and then
Yeah, Beltran was a. Oh, he was an Astro. Oh yeah, he was an
he was
Astro.
an
in
Astro for the
2017.
17, right?
Yeah, 3-time Gold Glove.
He was wasn't he like one of the biggest guys?
Yeah,
before that?
9-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger.
Oh.
He has a 70 career WAR though. 70.
Wait, I'm sad, but we'll talk about that in a sec.
Geez, 70 career WAR. He just didn't get, that's games home. He didn't get to 3,000 hits, but he has 430 homers, so he definitely has a chance of getting in. 119 career OPS plus. So he definitely. What year is this on us?
This is his 3rd, so yeah, he'll probably make it next year.
He'll probably get in.
And then Andrew Jones is the other significant over 50%. He was at 66.2, the outfielder for Braves.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get in next year.
This was his 8th year. He has 2 more. He's at 66. So if he keeps
Yeah,
going,
he's definitely getting in next year. Because I'll read you off the names that are in contention for next year's.
yeah, like the first ballots next year.
The first ballots next year.
Yeah, you can go ahead really quick while there's guys that got dropped off it. They're all first years because none of them got voted for.
Oh.
And I think we need a toe in the rubber Hall of Fame, especially since we're like great Cubs fans. Ben Zobrist got 0 votes for the Hall of Fame. He created the super utility rule. I see why he's not in the Hall of Fame, but at the same time, he created a position. When's the last time someone created a position other than Shohei Ohtani two-way?
The guy who invented the
actually, Babe Ruth created
the guy
that.
invented the curveball is in the Hall of Fame.
So why isn't the guy who created the super utility rule in the Hall of Fame?
Well, Foolish Baseball made a video on it, and it was like he just doesn't have.
Yeah.
He didn't get the career numbers, but he had like a 9 WAR season.
I know he didn't have the numbers, but he was a super utility guy.
The biggest problem
and he was good defensively in all those positions.
The biggest problem was the he just didn't. He never won a Gold Glove because he didn't play a position, and that was his biggest.
But now there's a Utah
and now there's a
Gold Glove. He would have won.
He just got
5 or
screwed
6.
because of the time he played.
But I would argue he's the reason there's a utility Gold
He
Glove
is.
now.
He is. But because he never had a chance to win
know.
said award, is what did
Because
it.
realistically, he could be like a 10 Gold Glove.
Yeah.
With that, it's just really saddening, and I feel like we should like have a fun little thing where we like Hall of Fame guys just for one season, or like they have one really good season. We'll just throw that out. I feel like Ben Zobrist is that guy, especially since he was a Cubs 2016 player as well.
So here's your potential first timers next year.
All right.
Ryan Braun won't get in because of the steroids. Sin Chu Chu, Chris Davis, Edwin Encarnacion's. He has the home run numbers, but I mean, if Carlos Beltran isn't in, then you got Matt Kemp, who Cole Hamels will probably get in. He should be a Hall of Famer.
I don't know. Obviously I like him because he was a Cub, but
Alex Gordon won't get in. Gio Gonzalez won't get in. Howie Kendrick won't get in. Jason Kipnis won't get in. Nick Markakis won't get in.
Jason Kipnis is on it
Yeah.
next year.
Daniel Murphy won't get in. Matt Wieters won't get in. Rick Porcello, I mean, he's like the third best name on this entire list. Hunter Pence. The last guy, Valparaiso, Indiana native, Jeff Samardzija, is on the Hall of Fame ballot. I don't know how he's on the ballot at all, but
Because he had a long career,
that's true.
and he wasn't bad.
Yeah, it
Jeff
wasn't bad,
Samardzija.
but
He wasn't bad. Obviously, he's not going to make it. That's not saying anything against him, but, like, if it took Billy Wagner 10 years, it's going to take... If Jeff
probably
Samardzija
gonna
was
drop off.
able to be on it, it will take maybe 100.
Oh, I guess Cole Hamels didn't win a Cy Young.
Yeah.
But a career 3.4 ERA, 59 career WAR is good.
But, like, Nolan Ryan's in that. Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone...
I forgot
Some
about
people
that,
didn't
but,
know that, but yeah, he...
I mean, there's other reasons why he got in. 2,560 career strikeouts. So that's why next year it's going to be like Andrew Jones is going to get in for sure, probably. Beltran will probably get in just because there's not really anybody to vote for next year except for Cole Hamels.
Edwin had Encarnacion only had 35.5 WAR. What's like the RBI numbers? Like 2,000?
Probably.
In the runs 2,000. He had 424 homers, and that was it. He didn't get 2,000 hits. He just had over 1,000 runs and just over 1,200 RBIs.
424 home runs is insane, though. Because I feel like he didn't play for that long.
That makes just under a fourth of his hits a homer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was a big dude, 6'1", 230, and he played for a bunch of teams, or at least he had a bunch of different numbers. At least looking at his, and he had a career 846 OPS. So I mean, there's a argument.
Yeah,
I feel like he shouldn't be dropped off it. I feel like he'll get enough votes to stay on
the
it.
homers will keep him on it, but
Otherwise, so the guys that got dropped off that are like noticeable is Ben Zobrist, Fernando Rodney. I don't know if you know exactly. He's the Rays guy that like did the kind of point after getting saves. He's kind of just a vague guy. It makes sense that he.
K-Rod's on the ballot, and he still hasn't gotten in yet. Francisco Rodriguez.
Oh. Here, yeah, I'll look at all the like smaller ones after, and then Curtis Granderson got dropped off, and Ian Kinsler. Those are like the bigger names that got dropped because they didn't receive votes. And then like noticeable guys that are still on it. Alex Rodriguez. This was his fourth year. He's got 37%. I mean, like...
He's not going to get in because sad era, but he should get in. But obviously...
Should.
It's whatever at this point. I mean, the guy who benefited the most of the steroid errors in the Hall of Fame, so...
You got Chase Utley, 39.8%.
Rollins
This was
is
his
also on
second
there,
year.
too.
Yeah, Rollins he's low, though. Only 18%. King Felix, 20% first year. I mean...
Really?
I feel like he could make it. He's got 9 more years.
No, he just doesn't have the
climbs.
career.
I know, but, like... But who made it last year that... Who who made it last year? Third baseman. And he had a good stretch that made his Hall of Fame.
6-time All-Star, Cy Young, 2-time ERA title.
It was third baseman. It was Adrian Boutre. He had it was his prime years that really made him make it. I don't think he had the numbers either. Boutre.
I mean, he played for 20 years.
Did he? He might have. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking it up.
He had a 93 career B-WAR. Holy crap.
Boutre?
Yeah. 4-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove, 2-time Platinum Glove.
Never mind. He had the stats. Never mind. I'm wrong. Never mind. But
470 career homers and 3,000 career hits with a 90 B-WAR.
All right. I'll leave now. Okay. That's about it. Dustin Pedroia, first year, 11%.
I don't think he'll get in.
And then David Wright, it's only at 8.1.
Yeah.
Guy who barely stayed on is fifth year, Torrey Hunter. He's at 5.1. You need 5 or higher, or else it's you get dropped off.
Yeah, so next year it's probably just going to be Kemp's the only one that I can see getting votes. Kemp, Hamels,
Edwin,
and Rick Porcello are the only guys I can see getting votes.
You pulled out Cole Hamels stats.
Yeah.
Do you think what's his WAR? Is it 50 maybe?
Yeah, it's right at 50. He's I think he'll stay on the ballot though. I don't think he drops off after a first year.
Because he was a good pitcher.
All right. Well,
The
baseball. I don't know. That's not the Hall of Fame. The pretentious voters. But as we're talking about,
one guy didn't vote for Ichiro.
I know. Matt Kemp though. You know what team he played for? You know what team he won that MVP on? Los Angeles Dodgers.
Which we will talk about
After the break.
after a quick break. We'll then talk about some Dodgers moves that they have affected the Cubs, sadly. And it's mainly the Cubs that have been affected, realistically,
Or the entire NL. Or the entire baseball world, because nobody's ever going to win a game ever again.
Yeah.
So.
It's just it's annoying.
Yeah.
That this happened. In the Dodgers signing all these guys. And they didn't even give money to one of the players that we'll talk about. They didn't have to throw money at this guy. He chose to go to this team. And at this point now I'm just rambling because our producer just doesn't have any ads ready. So I'm sorry. Johnny, how's your day? You got
Pretty
anything
good.
for
All right,
school?
we can just talk about we can just talk
All
about
right, we'll just
the
go to the
Dodgers.
Dodgers. We just won't do the ad break. Johnny, Dodgers?
Well, it was really funny. You said Roki Sasaki was going to win NL Cy Young and NL Rookie of the Year for
the Padres.
For the San Diego Padres, but he pretty obviously signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers as to be expected, I felt like, the whole time. It would have been nice if they didn't get him, but...
Too late.
But obviously, he's now a Los Angeles Dodger, and everything... Everything... Okay.
Okay,
All right.
keep going. We're just having technical difficulties.
And just everything went terribly for this offseason. They have everybody now. I will go... You can talk about Roki because I know you know a lot more about Roki than I did.
I know this year, or 24, he had a downer year compared to his other years. His fastball velo dropped a little, but, I mean, he's still a great pitcher. And most major league teams he could have gone to would have improved him, for sure. So I feel like he could have gone to half the league and he would have improved.
Yeah.
And I know he had a 17-inning stretch. He had 17 consecutive no-hit innings. So he threw no-hitter, and then 8 innings of no-hit ball, and then got pulled. And that's also with Japan. They are more like older baseball, where their starters go longer.
Yeah.
Because they play less games and have less like bullpen significance and have smaller less they have longer breaks between games. So, because, like Shota, he was used to pitching once a week. Now he's, like, twice a week for the Cubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that. So, he's coming over, and he's with the Dodgers. By the way, for my predictions, it was ace Roki Sasaki or number 2 Roki Sasaki for the Padres.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a 4 or 5 Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers.
I don't even know where you put them. They have...
Because they also they're signing Kershaw back as well.
Yeah, I don't even get where you like this. And it's
like here.
It's a staff full of ones. I can pull up both their rotation and the rotation options. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
So the rotation options. I'll just talk about like a little recap of the offseason. At least the guys that we know, because one of them we're going to mention. So they re-signed Blake Trinan and Teoscar Hernandez. Obviously, they were probably expected to come back, but still.
Both those guys were expected
huge
to come
guys
back.
to come back.
There's nothing.
Michael Conforto, Hyeseong Kim.
Haesung
Kim.
Maybe.
And then Blake Snell. So those were the 5 big ones. Obviously, they've made 3 more in this past week that we'll get to. But here's their rotation options. Blake Snell, 2-time Cy Young winner. Yoshiyama Yamamoto.
Who would have won Rookie of the Year
if he stayed healthy? He fluctuated at the end of the year, but
he would have won Rookie of the Year. He would have.
Devon,
he had a sub-3 ERA.
Paul Skeens had a sub-2
in less innings.
He had a sub-2, Devon. Sub-2. Stop with the Paul Skeens hate.
It's not Paul Skeens
hate.
It is. I'm just saying.
No, stop. I don't want to hear it. He had a sub-2 ERA. Don't even.
I will even.
Okay.
I will not tolerate the Paul Skeens hate anymore. I've had it with you. With it.
Okay. Who are you?
Who
Producer.
Producer
Brendan.
You're supposed to come in and say who you are.
Brendan Bagan. Producer. So, yeah.
Oh.
What's your problem with Paul Skeens? Like, what's your problem?
You hate him because he's division as the Cubs.
Okay.
Just enjoy the sport, dude.
Johnny's a Cubs fan. He doesn't hate Paul Skeens. You hate him because he owns you.
I think the Cubs aren't they 2-0 against Skeens starts?
I don't know, probably.
No, because they won his first start.
Because the Cubs have a better roster than the Pirates. That's all it is.
Hang on. I'm pulling up Paul Skeens stats for his Cubs. Johnny, you can talk.
Okay.
You had to start something.
So their rotation options: Blake Snell, 2-time Cy Younger; Yoshinobu Yamamoto; Tyler Glass, now who looked like the surefire Cy Young, and then he got hurt; Roki Sasaki, who's absurdly good at baseball; Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May, Landon Knack, Gavin Stone, and Bobby Miller are like the guys who are probably going to get left off. And then Shohei Ohtani, who's not expected to pitch until May, but they still have Shohei Ohtani. So
like, here's Fangraph's projected rotation. Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Tony Gonsolin, Roki Sasaki, Dustin May.
That's
Tony Gonsolin knock off that. Yeah. Kershaw's re-signing, so Kershaw's going to go in there as the 4 because you can't make.
Yeah, so they can just rock
Kershaw
a 6-guy rotation, and they are going to be perfectly fine.
And then May gets to the 6th spot until Ohtani comes back, and then May goes to the bullpen because May is that good, and then you just trade Gonsolin, realistically.
Yeah, probably.
Because they still got Bobby Miller and Landon
and Gavin
Knack
Stone.
And Gavin Stone.
And Gavin Stone and Miller obviously struggled, but like
River Ryan, Emmett Sheehan.
But like,
Kyle
dude,
Hurt.
just like the off the charts like stuff that Miller and Stone have will keep them.
It's absurd, and then
that's crazy. Like, that's just.
And then you talk about their rotation. You want to go to their bullpen?
So let's get to the two other guys that we've not talked about. Obviously, Roki was this past week.
Yeah.
Tanner Scott.
And Kirby Yates.
Maybe.
There's a physical older guy. It takes a bit longer. So he's not
for sure
signed.
But you didn't even believe it when I texted you.
I just woke up, and I just said no, because why would they need him? Because here, let me tell you. All right, Tanner Scott can close. Michael Kolbeck can close. Blake Trinan can close. Evan Phillips can close.
Good Lord. Oh, my God.
Kirby can close. Alex Vesia can close. He had 5
good.
saves.
Good long reliever. Let's put it that way. We're not going to...
So 5. They have 5 closers. We'll just go with that. Kirby, Scott, Kopech, Trinan, Phillips. That is 5 closing pitchers.
I would take any of them in the Cubs bullpen too, which is absurd. And they have 5
All
guys.
5 of them will be the Cubs closer.
Would be the Porter Hodge.
I know, but all 5 of those guys are better than or more established than Hodge, and I would rather have as the closer. Hodge is a setup guy. All 5 of those guys, and 2 of them the Cubs could have had.
Yeah, and mind you, we have obviously May's gonna get pushed to the bullpen.
May could close.
Gonsolin possibly.
I don't like Gonsolin's a starter. His stuff doesn't play as a bullpen guy. I don't think he's more of just a contact guy.
But I'm saying as a long relief.
Yeah.
But they'll definitely move him.
May could close. He has the stuff,
Miller,
especially with
Bobby
the
Miller
injuries.
if they want to have him. He throws.
I think they want him to start.
I know,
think
obviously, but he throws the crap out of baseball.
May has the injury problems. I feel like he could be a nasty reliever.
Yeah, okay, so I get and people were quick to jump to be okay, the Dodgers are gonna win it all, obviously, and people brought up the point that only since 2002 or since 2000, only 6 teams that finished the season with the best regular season record actually won the World Series. But this is one of those situations where it's how do you beat this team in a 7-game series? They could have the White Sox lineup, and they'd still win 95 games.
Yeah, they wouldn't win the playoffs, but they could win 95 games.
They could win 95 games.
And also, really quick, we'll get back to that. Just, where they get these bullpen guys from? Here's where all these guys originally came from. Tanner Scott, Baltimore. Michael Kopech, Red Sox. Blake Trinan, Oakland. These are who drafted them, originally had them. Evan Phillips, Brave. Alex Vesia, of Marlin. Anthony Banda, a Brewer. Ryan Brazier, an Angel. And then Kirby, some other place that isn't Dodgers. Their entire bullpen is from guys they found and brought in.
Yeah.
And most of these guys aren't getting paid much. They found these guys, like Evan Phillips.
Yeah.
Trinan at the end of his career.
Their rotation was basically mostly Dodger. Obviously now it's not because they went and signed. Well, Roki's first team.
Because I don't count Yoshinobu as Dodger.
Yeah, but him and Roki aren't Dodgers, but and Shohei wasn't obviously.
May.
But the guys that had May, Miller, Kershaw, Stone were all Dodgers. So the starters actually do a good job drafting.
And the hitter, not the hitters.
No, not anymore. But who wants to draft a team when you can just pay 5 2-time Cy Young winners?
Well, it's not even buy, it's find. Because their relievers are... Anthony Banda was great for them last year. Do you even know who that...
No.
He's a lefty that pitched for the playoffs for them and was good. And he was really good. He was in... They find guys. Ryan Brazier sucked for the Red Sox. He's on the Dodgers, pitched good.
Yeah, I just don't get how you'd ever beat this team. And, their only chance is losing in the NLDS. Because they're not playing in a wild card. So, the only chance you have is a 5-game series. You're not beating this team in 7.
And then
there's no chance. I don't even get
No, you can't win 3 because they throw Snow, Yamamoto, and Ohtani, or Glasnow,
or Roki,
or Kershaw, who's done it.
Yeah, I don't even understand where you go
And then their lineup, by the way, because his song doesn't count as a grown Dodger. It's just Will Smith in the starting lineup. That's Dodgers. And then I would count Max Muncy. They found him, but he's kind of the Dodgers fixed him.
I mean,
but
he came up with them. You could give them credit for Max Muncy.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's all players they got, and then on their bench just Andy Pajes. MLB The Show, great player by the way. He's one of the top ranked players.
3-time home run hitter. two homers in the playoffs against the Mets last year.
So I mean, and it's just absurd. This entire team is absurd. How do you?
I
Who? Okay, let's talk about the Dodgers in the playoffs.
I don't think anybody has a chance. Like there's not a team in baseball that has a chance of beating them. I couldn't name one. Like the Padres are the only lineup that competes, kind of.
Problem.
I guess
I
the
wanna
Yankees, but I don't trust the Yankees lineup
I want
anymore
to throw
without
my
Soto.
Mets. I want to throw my Mets towel in the ring.
I guess okay. The Mets lineup competes too, but
The
that
Mets
pitching
lineup-
staff doesn't.
The pitching staff
Compare.
doesn't.
Whether even if those guys are playing at the level they did last year, and didn't they lose Manaea too, or did they bring him back?
No, they brought him back.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull
Oh, they
up the
lost
Mets.
Severino. Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
He was good in the playoffs, so.
I know, but
I know, but even if you're getting that level, the rotation bullpen does not compete except for Edwin Diaz. It doesn't compete.
I can argue that. They signed A.J. Minter, who's a good lefty.
Yeah.
There's your Tanner Scott. I would prefer Scott, but A.J. Minter's good. Edwin Diaz is better than all 5 of the guys Dodgers have.
Yeah. I mean, Triton's absurd, dude. He was just hurt
I
for so
know.
long, so everybody kind of forgot about him. But
That
he's
is true.
absurd.
I know, but Edwin Diaz is also absurd.
Yeah,
He strikes out everyone.
that's true.
So, and then if you look at the pitching staff, if Kodai's now, what?
I don't. Yeah, but
Who-
even
do you
with
have-
Kodai, I don't.
Do you have a team you want to throw in? Because I want to back up the Mets for the Dodgers. Do you have anyone
I think
you want to talk
in
about?
the AL, I don't think anybody in the AL beats them. There's no one, because the Orioles can't hit in the playoffs, and that pitching staff can't compete.
I like the Red Sox. If you think about it,
Your lineup gets really sketchy. It's Devers.
Duran. You got Story, if he's good.
That's it.
Casas.
Casas isn't that good anymore either.
He was injured, that's why.
I mean, it's in Yoshida. It's those are your 5 guys. They have a lineup of 9 guys.
I want to pull it up.
In the Red Sox rotation, it's... Oh, okay. The Braves. We didn't name the Braves, but they can still compete.
The problem is
Strider...
all of them are coming off injuries.
It's true, but the pitching staff should be good, though. Obviously, Strider's sketchy off
They're-
Tommy John. But I
I
think...
want to throw Red Sox out. So, yeah, Braves and Mets.
I think the Padres...
Phillies, technically, we're forgetting about Philly. They have,
Lineup-wise, yeah.
And starting pitching.
Starting pitching was all really good.
so it's Dodgers and then 3 NL East teams.
The Padres can compete, too.
But they haven't spent this offseason. I think Padres are off. They
That's
have
true.
no outfield. I think.
For
Sorry, they have.
And Profar, they're gonna bring Profar back.
They have no money because their ownership's fighting. Like it said, 2 episodes
That's
ago.
true. But they'll bring back Profar. I think Profar would take less money to stay in San Diego.
So I guess, but
And
their
Merrill. That means
rotation-
your outfield's Fernando Tatis, Jackson Merrill,
Yeah,
Jackson Profar.
my bad.
The only guy they're losing is Ha-Seong
Okay.
Kim.
Now here, starting rotation without Roki is a problem. Cease, Darvish,
King was great.
King.
Was remarkable.
Okay,
We're
where's the
forgetting one.
4 and 5.
We're forgetting one.
No, we're not. There's no 4 or 5 guy. You have Vasquez, who they got from the Yankees for the Soto trade. There's no one else. You got that and Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer. Goated will be the show player, by the way, as well. Can't wait for the new one to come out. Hopefully it's better. But
They have Musgrove still.
Musgrove's on. He got Tommy John. Remember, he got hurt in the playoffs. Had to get Tommy John.
Why do I not remember that? Okay.
Yeah,
don't remember
that's
that.
that's why that's why they needed Roki. So now they only have 3 pitchers, and the Dodgers have 6, assuming Kershaw goes back.
They trade for Gonsolin. Just kidding.
The Dodgers will never in
Yeah, I
a
know.
million years take that. Even if the Padres said we'll give you, never mind. But they won't do that. So it's just a problem.
Yeah, Wandy Peralta is not going to get it done. It's the 5.
So I don't know what they do. I mean, there's guys still out there.
I'm saying
Promise
like
they won't
lineup wise,
spend.
like
So they're not going to get Flaherty,
offensively they can do it.
but the rotation can't.
The
but
rotation,
the other three,
Three's enough to win a division series though.
but there's 6 the Dodgers have.
I know. I'm saying though, you could once again because I think the DS is the only way you beat this team. I don't think they lose in 7 to anybody.
So you're saying 5?
It has to be a 5-game series. Where
That 5-game series could just be their starting 5.
I know.
Other teams go to their bullpen or have to
I know,
their
but, like, once you get
5
to-
guy.
once you get
their
to
5 is like a 2 or 3 for the Dodgers.
okay, but also they're 7. They